panel, comedian and showrunner here at The Nightly Show, Rory Albanese. Yeah. And returning to the show, writer and comedian, Baratunde Thurston. And his new documentary, Call Me Lucky, opens August 7th. Comedian and director, Bobcat Goldthwait. Okay, guys, we gotta talk about this hunting story. This thing is unbelievable. Of course, it's been all over the news. This dentist from Minnesota and all that went to Zimbabwe on the hunting trip, killed Cecil the Lion. Twitter's blowing up about this. Everybody's talking about it. Okay, I just want to know, does anybody think hunting's still okay? It feels like one of those things, like almost like boxing. Like
I feel that I'm all for. Actually, I'm all for hunters owning guns because it increases the odds of two rednecks blowing each other's heads off.
That kind of hunting.
That hunting's fine.
Accidental hunting.
Yeah. Why'd you shoot me?
Dick Cheney style.
Yeah, Dick Cheney.
Right.
Oops. I thought you were a deer. You're mad we broke up.
Yes, exactly. It feels antiquated to me. But you know what's interesting is that we still have, in our presidential elections, they always have to do that gun photo op.
Yeah.
And that's all about hunting, right? It's not about you can use a gun because they've shown shooting something which is supposedly an animal. So it's like we want our presidential candidates to be able to kill game, right?
Yeah, well, we miss something from our past as human beings. I think we don't really fight that much anymore, especially in this society. We have lawyers now. And that's a lot less exciting for people.
So
and
that's reclaiming it.
It is. And then you say 50-year-old Minnesota dentist.
Yeah.
And that doesn't exactly imply Rambo.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So he is acting out some kind of fantasy that he could clearly not do in that chair.
It clearly wants to be this, like, badass, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, if you want to impress me being a badass, you know, fly to Africa and a tiger.
Yeah. I would be impressed.
Then I go.
Yeah. I'd be impressed.
By the way,
Roy, would that be okay with you? Or?
no, I was going to say Travelocity has great deals on that. I don't want to. I'm not trying to plug anything.
You don't get any compensation.
It's a whole package.
Right.
Yeah,
Are you sure it's not priceless?
Could be. I don't know. It could be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
when dentists also have it hard enough.
Yeah.
When people are afraid of dentists, somebody's not going to get their root canal or wisdom teeth out because they're going to be afraid that this guy's a crossbow in the corner to like mess with them.
If you're sitting in that chair and you got like a big moose looking at you or something, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I also think too it depends on what you're hunting, you know, because that's a factor. It's like you're hunting a lion and there's not that many left. Like there should be an equation. Like if there's more people at an Islanders game than there are of the species, like you shouldn't be able to kill it. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be.
Yeah.
Like it can't like that. You can, and anything with a name. I feel like once it has a name,
once you name it, all bets are off.
Yeah, it's
That's
called
why
Cecil.
we should never name rats in New York City.
I agree. I agree.
Rats is all good.
Yeah, because then you're going out, you know.
Exactly.
You don't want to.
You killed Jerry. What the
You don't want to set a trap and be like, "You're mine, Steve." You know, just like.
My bad.
That's why Ben lived.
Yep.
That's true.
That's
like ask your parents about Ben.
All my jokes you need to take a DeLorean to get.
Yes, exactly.
By the way, even that DeLorean joke
is dated.
Even your time machine reference requires a more modern time machine.
This audience wasn't even born when I was relevant. I was huge in the 80s, young people.
We cover the whole spectrum here, man.
The other thing about hunting, it's a one-sided sport most of the time, and that's not a real sport most of the time. If the lion got body armor, or if the hunter had to go in naked with just like a sharp bone, that would be more interesting.
By the way, hand-to-hand combat.
Exactly.
Hand-to-hand, that's not a bad idea.
That's also, I think, just like, if we're talking about sports, like I'd watch that every Sunday. Like if it was like a dentist versus a lion with a bone, like I'd watch that every Sunday.
That's good TV. That's pay-per-view.
Like, no offense to the NFL, but I'd watch that every Sunday. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And also, just
and there's a lot of other that can kill you in Africa once you're there.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Well, it's also it's like there's an entitlement too because he had paid for the privilege of doing it, not just the flight, but he also had a license.
Yeah.
It's just I don't whatever. I would pay a license to kill a rich dentist.
I would too. I would do that.
So wrong.
I would do that.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't think we feel the same way about all animals, though. I really don't. Like, if I see somebody who killed a shark, I'm like, oh, okay, it's a shark.
Yeah.
You know. But people go, oh, a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I heard that dolphins are some nasty
Very nasty.
That's what I heard. I'm serious.
Not from what I've seen. I've seen they rescue people and like save kids and stuff. You ever watch Flipper?
Those are the movies.
Yeah. But they also like.
Oh, by the way, I'm trying to challenge you on your references. I went with
Yeah,
Flipper.
no, I know. Good call. I'm gonna go with a Gentle Ben riff in a minute, but Dusty Strails. But the
I don't even know what that means.
yeah,
Dusty Strails.
Dusty Strails. There's a Bob Denver vehicle, but I'm so
Come to Central Sec. This is the demo we're looking for.
I hope we're
They're in the
selling
back of a book on it.
Every time Bobcat's
Thursday.
on, the rascal sales spike.
Yes, exactly.
It depends. But I don't even know what I was talking about. No, dolphins aren't cool. They're actually they're. I mean, I'm not trying to make
have a lot
light
of
of it.
Hold on,
Issues.
They are
we're saying they're not
aggressive.
cool. Like it feels
They're
like
too smart to
we
be
should-
in the water
We
is what
shouldn't
the
just be
problem is.
killing like any like if we're eating it or there's in
No,
the
you
food
shouldn't
chain.
kill 'em because
but
they're
you
not
can't
cool.
just it can't be like that's not a cool dolphin. Like kill it. Like that's not.
I'm not suggesting we kill dolphins.
Yeah.
That's
That's
not
not
what I'm
Because then
saying.
we're gonna get into a whole thing about well, what is a cool animal? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like then you got to be like, well,
What's a killable?
toucans are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like you
And
can.
it may be on the day. It's like, look, raccoon, you go in my trash can one more time. You're kind of cute now, but you're
Koala's
gonna get
super
it
cute.
tomorrow.
Koala meat
I wouldn't mess
delicious.
with them.
Yeah, but koalas are in
I've never
Australia.
eaten
Koalas are a nuisance, but they don't kill them because you know they're adorable. You know what I mean?
Adorable shouldn't be killed.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's the amount of outrage. And by the way, I'm a vegetarian. I love animals.
Right.
And I support adopting them, and I really do love animals. But what's going on in our society, and the amount of outrage, it is terrible what happened. But when an animal is cute and adorable, we suddenly care. You know? I mean, I think America would improve if we actually had videotape of a police officer, beating a panda.
Wait,
America would improve.
yeah.
Because we would care more.
Yeah.
I follow you. No time machine needed.
Yeah, we suddenly would give a about cops beating people.
That's one of the
If
most
it was like,
one of the most fun things about this was to see all lions matter break out on Twitter.
So that's not right. Why everybody got to take a brother's thing, man?
They're like,
Even lions got to take a brother's all black.
it was.
Well, no, I mean the Lions aren't tweeting that. You know, I mean that's just down to it.
I didn't think about that.
And also, by the way, just for the record, if a panda was driving, I feel like the cop does have a right to kind of get aggressive with it. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like if it's
Driving
if
panda?
you just see a panda, and they could be pulling them over. They have black and white. It's an interesting. aspect.
Driving while panda, right? Driving while panda.
Okay, let me ask you a real quick question.
I went with panda because I didn't want to be racist.
No,
Oh, I get it.
So you would have both.
Right down
panda,
the middle.
You get the
Yeah,
black,
black
and
and
the
What
white.
about a brown animal? You left them out.
And also, pandas
Yeah.
are Asian, so it's a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
I would.
Any
I
other
would
panda
beat-
info we want to get around?
I would
And there's
beat
also-
a panda to death.
Well, no,
with a capybara.
No,
if I had
because
the chance.
there's a kung fu panda who would kick your ass.
Oh, that's
Nice.
the problem.
Updated
Kung
movie
fu
reference.
panda. It is.
that is a
new movie.
That's a fresh
what you're
reference.
talking
I don't know
about.
where this conversation is going. Okay, but I do want to ask this. Okay, let's play a real quick game of hunt, eat, or pet. Okay? You either hunt this, or you got to eat it, or it becomes a pet. And let's use the Republican presidential candidate. Okay? Bobcat, who you gonna hunt?
Wow.
Oh, it's
Which
pretty.
one hunts?
It's pretty easy. I mean,
Is
Trump. What?
Trump, you're gonna hunt.
Yeah.
You want to take him down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, Trump. Who you gonna eat? Who you gonna eat?
Again, I'm gonna go with Trump after I've hunted him.
You're gonna hunt him and then eat him.
I just want to
Okay,
get.
so I get it. You like the Trump meat.
I just want him to go away.
You want him to die and then you want to eat.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just-
And who's gonna be your pet? It's got to be Ted Cruz. Come on.
I guess I'm trying to think of like.
Okay, think about it.
Well, yeah. The other thing too is like, do you hunt Trump? Like, is it like when you hunt a deer and you put out a salt lick? Do you just put out like
Yeah.
gold and he comes over and smells
Yeah.
it? And he just,
Exactly.
well, I think I would hunt Rick Perry.
Right.
Because I feel like that's a challenge. No.
He'd have some anti-hunting skills.
No, because like Rick Perry. There's a story with Rick Perry where he went jogging one time and saw a coyote, and then he pulled out a gun and shot that coyote.
Oh my God.
Yeah, which means like before that dude goes jogging, he's like, which gun should I take? You know what I mean? Like that's not a lot
So
of people
he
want.
might kill you.
Not a lot of people want to
Okay,
put a
so
gun
you
in a
really wanna go-
sweatpants waistband.
Right.
You want to go
Plexico.
mano to mano. You
Yeah, I
really
would go
wanna-
mano a mano. I
Who you
think
gonna eat?
Chris Christie. I want to get.
Right. That makes sense. right, Ted.
Yeah.
And who's gonna be your pet?
That'll last me through Christmas. And then I would say I would keep Trump as a pet because he says crazy
It's the most
things.
entertaining.
Yeah, and like you get bored.
Trump's got to be your pet.
You just watch him say
Baratunde,
stuff.
do you have any answers?
Yeah. I would hunt Jeb Bush just to kill the dynasty situation.
Kill up.
I would eat Huckabee. A nice,
Eat Huckabee?
Yeah, Southern butterball kind of situation. It's real good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
I think I like the Huckabee play.
A lot of people don't realize that Huckabee is pre-marinated. They don't know that.
Yeah,
He's got
been stewing in these juices.
Southern juices.
Who's gonna be your pet?
My pet's gonna be George Pataki. Because no one even knows he's running for president.
He's an exotic
Yeah,
pet.
he's like a rare thing.
It's funny because when you said that, I was like, he's running for president.
I just did more for George Pataki's campaign than George Pataki.
Okay, it all sounds good to me. We'll be right back right after this.
If you live in the New York City area or are planning to visit, grab some free tickets to attend an upcoming taping of The Nightly Show. The show tapes Monday through Thursday. For complete details, go to thenightly.show.com/tickets.